Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm speaking on behalf of the CSFFD mechanism. Under the section on international tax cooperation and innovative taxes, we wish to note, as has been mentioned severally, that during the last 2 years we have seen a truly historic breakthrough on international tax cooperation with the terms of reference for a new UN Framework Convention as well as the 2 early protocols. Just last week, the organizational session of the UN Tax Convention negotiation was successfully completed and the process is now ready to move forward. Against this background, a general comment on paragraph 30 as a whole is that there is reference to international tax cooperation frameworks in plural. The FFD4 should be clear in protecting the agreed TORs of the UN Framework Convention and not allow for any misinterpretation of this mandate. It's also important to recognize the agreed decisions that were made in the INC, such as on decision making. There should be no attempt to reverse this within the FFD negotiations, as has been suggested by certain member states. On paragraph 30C, we align with the Africa Group, Palau, Guatemala, among others, that the language should be stronger and call for the replacement of the words engage constructively with support. In reference to 30G, we also agree with the Africa Group and recommend the deletion of the reference to Pillar 2. This paragraph is highly problematic and seems to ignore the very important discussions that have taken place on this issue during the negotiation of the terms of reference for the UN Framework Convention. Global South countries have expressed strong concerns with the 2-pillar proposals, both from an effectiveness and inclusiveness perspective. It's also worth noting that there is currently no consensus among Global North countries themselves on whether to implement the 2-pillar proposal. In relation to 30H, we want to underline that issues that have been covered by the terms of reference should not be renegotiated here in the FFD process. Any global tax proposals, including solidarity levies, should be developed in an inclusive and universal forum. And when these are negotiated, the language should include the conducting of tax incidence analysis to assess the tax burden. Under illicit financial flows, in paragraph 31F, we agree with the Africa Group and other member states and recommend the deletion of the reference to FATF, as it is an OECD-housed body that does not allow all developing countries to participate in an equal footing and has resulted in the unfair blacklisting of developing countries. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.